a very clear way. But
Hiya guys, don't try to swipe up this video. Please guys, ensure umelike video kama kitu cha kwanza. Nimekuja kurealize guys, most of the time huwa unaochi video zangu na huwa una like, but sometimes unasahau kulike, na nikaomba tu mapema uweze kunilaikia hii video ili ifikie watu wengi. Unajua serikali ya William Ruto imekuwa exposed. That's why nataka we like ili hii video ifikie kila mtu. You see guys, kifo ya Raila Odinga bado inasumbua Wakenya wengi sana, na bado Wakenya wanapeana maswali to President William Samoei Arap Ruto. Atuambie Raila Odinga ilikuwa aje? Unajua guys, sio swali moja. Watu kitu ya kwanza wanataka kujua nini kiliua Raila Odinga. Number 2, Raila Odinga alikufia Kenya ama India? Unaona guys, swali mawili. Juu nao venye tunaongea, unajua William Ruto kwanza anajaribu kufuatilia Maverick ya Aoko. Maverick ya Aoko, William Ruto ameshangaa na huwa anapataje hizi story kabla Wakenya wengine, even ule mtu number 2 kutoka kwa William Ruto hawezi kuwa ametambua kitu imefanyika. But Maverick ya Aoko anakuanga sha realize, na kikuja kutuambia wengine unaonanga it is just a joke. Maverick ya Aoko kwanza li predict. It is not even to predict. Maverick ya Aoko alituambia tu vizuri kwamba Raila Odinga ashaaga dunia 2 weeks back kabla Raila Odinga anaunsiwe. Na hiyo ndio wakati familia pia ilikataa even kutuambia Raila Odinga ni msiki. Government pia ikakataa. Wandani wa Raila Odinga pia ambao wako ndani ya ODM wakakataa. So tukaachana na wao because walishindwa hata kutuonyesha any post ya Raila Odinga ama any speech place yako, even his photo hawakutuonyesha. Tukaachana nayo. But wenyewe wakaona it's like itakuwa mambo mingi sana, itakuwa story mingi. That's why president akaamua kuannounce. Unajua hizo clips mlikuwa mnaona guys, hizo clips mlikuwa mnaona ambazo Morris Ogiata alikuwa anapeana Raila Odinga campaign wakitembea pale India. Hizo clips walikuwa shoot. So ilikuwa tu ni release kama watapewa kibali na serikali ya Kenya. Na kama ungepata kibali kutoka kwa serikali ya Kenya, wangeendelea kukaa tu nazo up to even now. Unaona guys? So baada ya Raila Odinga kuwa announced, ndio wakajaribu kucommand even those clips to be released. Na mkafikiria nyinyi, maybe wajinga mkafikiria Raila Odinga, by the way, hizi ni clips za jana. So usiku wa kuamkia leo jamaa ameaga, na jana alikuwa anatembea na bodyguard wake. Unaona? Mkafikiria hivyo. But unajua kila kitu ni do. Unaona? Daktari akiambiwa fanya hivi, hizo ni commands. Kitu ya kwanza kutaka kujua ni ukweli, Oburu Odinga alispill the beans kwa matanga akisema nini? William Ruto ndo alishughulikia Raila Odinga magonjwa yote kuanzia Kenya to India. Yeye ndo alimsaidia fare kila kitu. Unaona? Na matibabu pale. So rais yako na ile authority ya kusema kwamba si mnataka ndo hizo, nyinyi mfanye nini? Mkalie kwanza huyo jamaa huko, maybe msi-announce saizi. Unaona guys? Na ndo aka-announcewa ile tarehe jamaa alikuwa anataka. Unaona guys? So now kulingana na Maverick ya Aoko, Raila Odinga aliuawa. I want to just to listen to his post. And after that, ikawa ni kama haitoshi. Amisi akaamua ku drop a bombshell. Ile kikosi ambayo ilikuwa ina force Raila Odinga kuingia kwa broad-based government. And unajua Maverick wako anatuambia kwamba yeye alikuwa na witness Raila Odinga akisign his death certificate. So kumaanisha hiyo ilikuwa broad-based government wakati ambapo alikuwa anafanya nini? Anasign hizo forms za broad based, hiyo MOU. Unaona guys, akapost akashare hizo photos, unaona. Then after that today akatuambia tena kulingana na yeye Raila Odinga aliuawa. Hii ndio post yake, sema hivi: I was alive when an enigma signed his death certificate lit by a lot. Walete postmortem ya Jacom ndio tunyamaze. Oburu, you are next, because someone cannot be dancing or hangla in Dubai 1 minute then slumps in India at heart attack when he went for mayor eye checkup. Unaona guys, so Maverick Aoko anadaisha Raila Odinga fanyiwe postmortem, tutambue ni nini kiliua Raila Odinga. Unaona guys, and I don't know your thoughts, but I'm sure my like video wakati ambapo Caleb Amisi anajaribu kudrop a bombshell kwa ile kikosi. Kumbe rafiki yako ndiye adui wako, na wale wako karibu na wewe ndio tu wale wanaweza kuwa convinced maybe kukufanyia anything ambayo adui wako atakuwa ameplan kukufanyia, believe me or not. Unaona guys, huyu ni Caleb Amisi. Sikiza.
It's just progressive voices against retrogressive voices. There's nothing like Baba Itwacha. And the last statement Baba made at Agile, and he made it himself. That was his last speech. If there is any speech you should refer to that Baba Alisema left and Twende left, it is that speech. That who told you we are not going to have a candidate. He didn't say, you know, there is a time when Baba had a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta. You remember? The March 18th at the steps of the Harambee House, na wakasalamiana. He came and told us we are supporting the government. It was a direct directive. We are with Uhuru, he is going to support us. Very simple and a clear instruction.
Yeah.
So where has Baba told us that we are with Ruto and is going to support us? Nothing. You see, the same people who are saying that we are in the broad base. They are the people who are forcing Baba to go to broad base. I can dare say, because I used to talk to Baba, the last moment I had with Baba was in Kileleshwa in his private office. And Baba is listening to us. Don't think his spirit is around. Baba told me to my face that continue hitting the government. This is not what we believed in. This is not what we believe in. And he told me myself personally. That's why I hit Ruto like nonsense, because this is a directive from my last standing directive from Raila was hit the government.
When was this?
That was just like I can give it like 2 months before he died. I had a moment with him in his private office in Kileleshwa. His bodyguards know me. They saw me meeting him alone. Even like Ghetto knows. And we were 2 of us. And the instruction he gave me is hit the government. I have no any other instruction from Baba himself until he died.
So you will continue doing that?
I will continue doing what Baba left me to do. Hit the government, because they are doing what we do not believe in.
So basically, you are not part of the broad-based.
But what is broad-based? Broad-based, people ran to look for jobs. And most people who are around this Baba, they'll tell you. These people had already gone to, when they waited for Baba to be in Dubai, and then they went to State House to look for jobs. There was no arrangement. You see coalitions, how coalitions are made. Coalitions of Kibaki and Raila, it was proper. Nyinyi munapewa hii ministry, nyinyi ministry, 2 ministers, 3 ministers. It is a proper arrangement. Show me a coalition arrangement between UDA and ODM. There exists nothing.
But there are some ODM guys in government.
There are eating.
Madi, Joho.
These are foodious individuals. Foodious. Where there is food, to them is okay.
So walijiweka hapo peke yao?
They ran to the president. They took an advantage of a moment where president is needy. And they went to convince him that they'll bring Raila on board. Raila could not come and denounce them. They are his children. He can't come and say, wameniachi. He will look weak. And these things Baba has told us to our face. that he came back from Dubai, he landed here, he called Junet. Junet told him these people are already in State House waiting to be announced. Yeah.
So basically Baba didn't know that these ODM guys were in the government.
They had approached Baba about arrangement of some sort. But yeah. Baba told them, wait, I come and then we make an arrangement so that we have a proper coalition agreement between the government, including Kalonzo. Kalonzo was supposed to be part of that agreement. Then from there we go to what we call People's Convention, because the Gen Z are on the street. They are crying. We need to have what we call a generational talk between the young people and the government. So he said we need a proper arrangement or a coalition and the period it lasts. What we call a unity government, including Kalonzo and Uhuru. A proper one. Then from there we go to a People's Convention. A very clear way. But what happens while Baba was away, they went to Ruto and say, announce our names. There is no way Baba will come and denounce. So these people actually that are the cause of, if Baba has died out of pressure, these are the people who have caused Baba's death.
That's a very nice, very serious accusation.
Yes, it is serious because we know. They have put him in a corner that he doesn't believe in because of their selfish interests. And Baba has told us to our face, we are not lying, because he has told us many people that these people pushed me to go to the government. I do not belong there. We need a proper arrangement. We need a proper coalition. We need to know what do we stand for and what do they stand for. He didn't want to lose his legacy. These people have lost the legacy of Mzee, 40 years legacy, because of their selfish interests. Now they are calling us rebels.
Do you see them lasting in those positions?
They will last as much as they are eating. They will last. They will last.
You don't see any reshuffle?
No, they know how to take care of their plate very well. They will last. They know.
Okay.
Yeah, they will last. But up to what is the danger? What I'm asking is that what is the dent you've caused to Mzee's legacy? At least in a proper coalition, you are able to tell the government that should you start abducting, should you find yourself that there are unexplained killings, that should the economy not perform well, then we leave the coalition. But right now, they're just saying you broad-based until 2027. So whatever you do, whether it is bad or good, you do it in the name of broad-based until 2027. Which kind of coalition is that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the party leader. They've endorsed Senator Oburu now as a placeholder. What do you think? What do you see?
You know, as an ODM member, I'm supposed to respect the decision of the party.
Okay.
But necessarily, I do not necessarily agree with them. Why? What was the hurry? Why do you endorse somebody? You know, Baba has created this party for 20 years. We are celebrating 20 years of the party.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
The party has structures. We know who is who. There are even 3 deputies. Okay. Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
Si una signal hata mtu mambo unangoja mtu anamaliza. Mambo gani haya? Tunaongea mambo serious.
Unamwita jamaa. Unamwita jamaa jana. I just believe that it was a quick decision that leaves a lot to be desired. Why? Why will you, we've not even buried Baba. You are talking about his succession. I don't think it's a good respect. Yeah, we will have still given Oburu anyway, if that was a choice of the party. But why first? What was the threat?
In a month's time?
Yeah, in a month's time to... Party iko, haiendi mahali. What was the threat? I mean, who are these people making decisions in a party out of the rest of members who have contributed, members who have struggled, members who have died, who have lost relatives in the struggle to make a party what it is now? Who are these people in a room making quick decisions?
Okay.
and the wrong decisions without even caring what is the image you are giving to people. What is the image? That's what I'm saying. These people don't know why ODM is here. They just see an already made party, but they don't know the pieces of building that party, what it entails. It is not just waking up on a press conference. No, it is standing for certain ideas, ideals, and the principles, and the committing to safeguarding the interests of Kenyans first that has built that party. But you have not even buried the enigma. You are all over saying whether to support William. Some are even saying there is nobody potential in ODM more stronger than William Ruto. Where does William Ruto come in with ODM? Where? I've never seen the name of William Ruto in the membership of the party.
Yeah.
Where does his name come? Even if you wanted to support him, why can't you wait for the right time? What is the hurry? That's why I said, I think people are really waiting for this moment, and I think Ruto has done some damage in terms of buying people around that party. Now we no longer trust who is who in that party.
Trust is gone.
Trust is gone.
Which now begs me to ask the question, what next for ODM? I've seen, okay, so we have a few factions. The main one that is very loud, we were left in broad-based, we are in broad-based, and then there's another one saying we are not going to flout any presidential aspirant in 2027. There's another one saying, oh, Ruto is going to come and take over ODM and everything. Then now there's you guys who are now the rejects. Wewe, Babu, Sifuna, munakuwa considered threat. Wako zile hawa vijana wadogo pia watulie wapangwe. Kelele ni ya nini? Wacheni tuwapatie direction.
Ngoja tukule.
Yes. So kuna hiyo ya kupea direction. So what do you think? Hiyo party ilikuwa ama audio ilikuwa imezima? Iko sawa. So what next for ODM?
The retrogressive forces versus progressive forces has been there since time immemorial.
That's true.
If you look at the leaders of Africa from the time of independence, you will hear leaders who fought for independence. You'll hear Kwame Nkrumah, those who are there for Pan-Africanism, those who stood against the white supremacy and the colonialism, those who stood against the imperial West, and they could have been swayed just like the collaborators, but they refused. And what happens? The results, Ghana got independent as one of the first countries to get independent.
Yeah.
That was because the people like Kwame Nkrumah stood strong on their principles and say, no, we must get liberated. Congo, the other side, we had King Leopold II. The King Leopold II actually had Congo as his land. He had a title deed of Congo. Unajua nchi mzima ni yako na uko na title deed. King Leopold II had the title deed to Congo, Republic of Congo. Of course, it changed to Zaire and then back to the DRC. King Leopold II, around the 1790s and 1800s there. During the Berlin Conference, they demarcated that land for him, the entire Congo as a nation. And of course, people like Patrice Lumumba stood against the Belgium colonization. Viciously, they held, these are some of the few educated Africans who stood strong and say, no, Congo must be liberated and be ruled by the blacks. Kenya here, we had also the Majimaji rebellion. We had the several groups from all corners that erupted. We have the great Samoe Arap, and many others who stuck their neck out and said that we need our land back and we need to rule ourselves. There are also collaborators who refused and say mzungu ni mzuri. Anti-apartheid regime in South Africa. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned at a very young age because he stood against the apartheid regime. But there are those who collaborated with the whites. In every struggle, past or present, there are always the progressive and the retrogressive forces.
Okay.
This one is also a moment for progressive and retrogressive forces. And if the likes of Jomo and his contemporaries who refused and said no, sisi wazungu wametuacha hapa tukae kwa serikali ya mzungu hatutoki, we will not have gotten independence. If these leaders refuse, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga or Chenga Neko and the rest refuse, wanasema sisi penye wazungu wametuacha, wacha sisi tukae hapo, hatuoni shida yote. Up to today, Kenya will still be under British, as a British colony. But the people who stood against and say no, things must change. So this is what we are basically seeing. People are saying, you know, wametuacha tu kwa broad base, hataki kutoka, because they are basically eating from the broad. They are not used to struggle. They are not used to the
They're seated on the table.
Yeah, in fact it is Baba who has been taking them kwa street kidogo, lakini our feel comfortable. They are shaking. Now they are comfortable. They see no evil here, no evil here, nothing. And they don't want to change anything. Hata Ruto aue watu wangapi nini Kasarani Stadium, people have been killed. Anasema shwacha kunyamaza, unaingilia broad based. That's it. That's where we are. Some of us, like, you know me, I always say me, I'm not a politician. In fact, some people say you don't behave like a politician. There are leaders also in the midst of all this. You know, if you look at the time when we were going to the street, IBC must go, G Baba has lost the election unfairly. We've gone to streets like several times. The first one I went in 2017, before elections, Chiloba and all that, IBC reforms, I was on the street. Then the second one, now Baba has lost the election, Chepkati Chiloba must go, I was on the street. And then now the second time when we need reforms before elections, that was even worse. And that's why you see my photo going round where I was hit by a tear gas canister right inside my car. If you Google my name, that is the first thing that comes up. And I was saved by an international media journalist, Reuters. You know, they are trained, while they're also taking their photographies and videos, they are trained to save lives. I don't know whether wetu wanafunzwa hivyo. Me, I think wanamulika akikufa hadi akufe basi.
Tunasikitika sana kutangaza kifo.
But you know, this guy saw me struggle, because what happened, the police threw the tear gas inside my car, through the rear window, ikapasukia ndani ya gari. Wacha saa hii watu mtu anaona mtu ana smoke cigarette anafikiria ni tear gas, anatoroka. The people have not seen what the tear gas properly. Mine was thrown inside the car, nikapasukia ndani. My driver collapsed on the brakes. Kama ingekuwa kwa steering wheel accelerator, tungekuwa ndani ya, because it was Kenyatta highway, that Kenyatta Avenue, tungekuwa ndani ya one of the shops. So the door was locked. I don't know how. Then the good thing that my window was open. So I was struggling to gasp for air. And the guy who was taking the video saw me struggling. Akanifungulia mlango nikaanguka. If you Google, you'll see that photo. Na chokora, I think he was passing by, akanimwagia maji. That's how I saved my life. Otherwise, you'll not be talking to Caleb Amisi. I could have been buried barely 2 weeks after being sworn in as a member of parliament for Saboti. I was dying completely. Up to now, I still go to check up in hospital for my chest problems. Up to now. And there is no any... Yeah. Watu walikuwa nasema ati I was smoking shisha.
Lakini hii nayo ni shisha.
You see?
Akishuali.
But it is the good thing that you go to the routers, the channel, you will see the photo there. The ujue is not. Can you imagine that is tear gas? Yeah. That is tear gas. So when people talk about being in the trenches, Ebu tell them to even show you one photo. That is the time I realized Baba has been surrounded by pretenders. We left Capitol Hill, a whole group. Reach in Kenyatta Avenue, I was alone. Where the rest disappeared to, I do not know. Because mimi ni ule ukisema twende tunaenda.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to face the police. Yeah. Whatever it can. Because mmesema leo ni ile siku. Sasa mimi nimeamini leo ni ile siku. Kumbe ni ile siku watu wanaangalia. Alafu after that they'll come with photos and trying to describe how everything. That is the time I realized, wow, this mzee is surrounded by pretenders leaders. They actually do not even go to that demonstration. Some they hide inside the car, some they don't even, they turn. Wengine wanaangalia kwa umbali, wanaenda waonyeshe kichwa tu, sa ameniona. Ameenda. So when I saw the same people in Baba's funeral trying to say, the same people who fought him viciously, the same people who have used unprintable words against him, and they are there talking how, how Baba is an enigma, how you've lost a great man.
Mambo ni mengi.
Mambo ni mengi. I think the people who could have spoken in that funeral ni wale ambao wamekuwa kwa Baba in the trenches. Yeah. Multipartism, and they are there. Lakini these ones that they met in broad-based. And they occupied the whole space. I just kept quiet, nikasema Mungu ailaze roho yake mahali pema peponi.
So mambo yamechemuka. That's why unaona Raila Odinga wakati ambapo alirejeshwa hapa nchini Kenya, kulikuwa na tear gas pale. Juu rais alikuwa ametumia helicopter kuvugisha Raila Odinga from airport to Kasarani. Na hapa chini alikuwa ameweka casket kwa gari ili convincing Kenyans wasijaribu kufanya nini? Kufanya nini? Wasijaribu kusumbua. Unaona guys, juu unajua wa Kenya the more unawafanyia hivi ndo pia wataamua kufanya venye wanaweza taka kufanya.